the Garnet.
Whoa,
Pale.
that's a really good beer.
And I'm with my good old buddy and great marketing VP.
Let's do that again.
Hi, it's Michael Nazareth from Dragan Brewing Wine Company, and I'm with
Sam Estrabillo, the VP of Marketing here at Dragan Brewing Wine. And today we're gonna make some awesome beer food with you guys. We're making empanadas.
Or as we say in Spain, empanadas. So we have similar foods Sam and I were talking about. Sam's Filipino, I'm Spanish. And the similar culinary creations that we have, cultural foods and stuff, I guess you want to say.
Today we're gonna make two different kinds of empanadas. I'm gonna make a chicken empanada and you are making a...
Yeah, I'm gonna do a tuna empanada.
Awesome stuff.
Anyways, we're gonna let Sam do his version of empanadas first. I'll be in the background and yeah, have fun, bud.
Sounds good, thank you. All right guys, so we're gonna make some chicken empanadas. Super easy recipe. It's gonna take about 20 minutes prep time, and then by the time you guys will have awesome empanadas ready. For the chicken, we're gonna use chicken breast. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna dice that up into small cubes. For the veggies, we're gonna do about a half cup of onions, diced up. We're gonna do about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. We're gonna add some potatoes, about a half cup of that, small diced up pieces. Then we're gonna use a half cup of diced up carrots, and then we're gonna use a half cup of green peas. To add a little bit of sweetness, we're gonna add 1/4 cup of raisins. For seasoning, we're gonna use about 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're gonna use a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and a half cube of chicken bouillon. On top of that, we're gonna use about a half cup of water to help dilute that bouillon and really infuse that chicken with some awesome flavor. Aside from that, you're gonna need a nice hot pan and a couple tablespoons of olive oil. So with that being said, let's get cooking. All right, so set it to about medium high. And we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil to that, 2 tablespoons or so. Then we're gonna add the garlic in there and your onion as well. Just sweat the onion and the garlic. Next, add your chicken to it. Let the chicken really soak in some of that flavor from the onion and the garlic as well. And what you're gonna want is just a little bit of browning on the chicken. You wanna make sure that it's nice and cooked. And as soon as that starts to brown, we're gonna add our bouillon and water to it as well. Add your bouillon in there. Let that sit for a little bit. So while there's still a little bit of that glaze on there, let's add our potatoes and our carrots. So throw that in there. Grab our potatoes as well. Really let those soak in that flavor. So after about 5 to 10 minutes of cooking, we're gonna add our salt. Season accordingly. We're gonna add a little bit of pepper as well. And then we're gonna add our peas and our raisins. And last but not least, we're gonna add our sugar as well on top of that.
Because it pulls all the water up. When you go to caramelize stuff, it's
Want to taste test, make sure that's good.
yeah.
It's really good. You can turn off your stove, your flat top, and then let that rest. Put that off to the side. And just like that, that's your Filipino style chicken filling. We're gonna hand it over to Mike, and he's gonna have his go at his awesome tuna empanada.
So we're waiting for Sam's filling to cool down. Let's start on my empanada filling. So traditional, we use a lot of like pork in our empanadas in Spain, but I'm gonna kind of go another route. So the base is gonna be tuna. So you can use canned tuna, just drain it, don't have all that oil in it. And then to that, I've got some green onion, garlic, ginger, added some capers, and a little bit of tomato paste because you want to add some like thickness and flavor to it, as well as some Mediterranean sea salt, black pepper, and some Spanish smoked paprika. Sweet, not spicy. Egg for an egg wash. And then with that, we've got our empanadas. So this is a puff pastry Sam and I didn't make our puff pastries. We actually bought store-bought puff pastries because it's better options, saves a lot of time. We just cut it into round circles that we'll use later. All right, let's get going and let's make this empanada filling. First, we're using an induction cooktop. I'm gonna set it on medium, very much like what Sam did. And that heat up. And to that, add about a couple tablespoons of olive oil. To that, I'm gonna add the green onions, just to soften it up. I'm gonna add this pinch of salt, just to pull some of the moisture out of the onions and bring that flavor into the oil. And then garlic, and then this is grated ginger itself. So great flavor, onions, garlic, and ginger together work really well. And now I'm gonna add a little bit of the tomato paste. Paprika is the next thing, which is Spanish smoked paprika, the sweet version, which is great. And then I'm gonna also throw in the capers as well. And just a little bit of pepper as well. So the tuna is gonna be the last thing I wanna add in there. I just wanna create this nice little paste almost. And then the last piece is the tuna. So it's cooked. I'm just incorporating it basically in and just tossing it in. You can turn the heat down on this now because it's just gonna warm up. Break that tuna up from the can. Really simple, really quick. Incorporated all the ingredients in there. We've got the filling. Done. There you have it. That's the tuna empanada filling. I'm gonna wait for a bit, let this cool down. So I'm gonna let Sam get in and fill his empanadas first.
So our chicken filling is now rested. What I've got here is I've got a little bit of flour, an egg wash, which is just an egg cracked, beaten, and put to the side. A little bit of water, and then our puff pastries like Mike had mentioned earlier, and a fork to help crimp. So first things first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some flour onto the table and make sure the puff pastry doesn't actually stick. We're gonna flatten it out, make sure that we have enough. Great, that looks good. Then we're gonna take a spoonful of our filling, right in the middle. You can add more or less, totally up to you guys. And then we're gonna take a little bit of the water, put it on the edges, make sure that when you fold it over, it stays in place. Take your puff pastry, fold it over just like that. And then once you've done that, take your fork and just press the edges down to really make sure it seals everything. And once you're done with that, take your brush, dip it in the egg wash, and brush it on top of the empanada. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna create some beautiful color when you put it in the oven. Like that. Take your empanada, put it on the tray, and it's good to go.
All right, Sam's done his empanadas. Time for mine. Use some flour, so I'm just gonna do that. And the filling's right here. So again, use a teaspoon. Better start off smaller. So putting that through, adding a little bit of water just to the edges so that it helps with sealing the empanada, and then pull it over. Really simple. Pressing the filling in, taking your fork to crimp the edges out, and we should be good. Now taking the egg wash, it's the final step. Just very similar to Sam's. As Sam mentioned, it's gonna give a great color. We're gonna put the oven at 375, put these empanadas in there for about 16 to 20 minutes, just until they're golden brown, crispy, beautiful looking, and crack open a couple Dragan beers, and we'll eat these soon. All right, there you have it. We've got our empanadas done. We're not sure at the stage right now which is tuna and which is chicken.
Well, they smell good regardless.
But cheers from Michael.
And cheers from Sam.
All right, have a great weekend, guys.
Oh man, look how flaky it is.
Is it tuna?
So good. Oh wow. Holy moly. Man,
Flaky?
that was super good. Oh my god, that's so good.
Okay,
Wow.
we gotta go because this is gonna be like some damage.
We'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys
Bye.
later. We're gonna keep eating.